The following is a presentation of the Rowan Television Network.
Let's go, like we're going all the way this year.
Like we're all one big team, one big family already. I just can't wait to go to war with them.
This season, it's going to be one heck of a ride.
University of Delaware, it's the very first broadcast of Profs Hockey on the road, everybody. I'm Derek Hill, I'm alongside Marc Acchitelli today. And Marc, changing of the guard today, I'm on play-by-play for the first time for the Profs this year. You were doing play-by-play before, but changing of the guard as well at the Rowan head coaching position. I'm sure you talked about it in your other broadcast, but Dan DeMonte, head coach of the Rowan Profs, he's undefeated so far. What have you seen from him and his team so far this season?
Well, you know, so far for DeMonte, it's just been every line has been contributing. From the first line, second line, third line, and all the defensive pairings, it's been an equal share for everybody. Everyone's contributed when it comes to goals, assists, just the speed of play. This team is moving like a well-oiled machine. That's exactly why they find themselves undefeated coming into tonight's game against University of Delaware.
They are moving like a well-oiled machine. The biggest issue is they're probably facing their best test of the season so far. Not only are they on the road, but they're taking on the University of Delaware, 7-1, and boy, are they big and physical. What are the Profs gonna see from Delaware today?
Well, this Blue Hens team, as you already mentioned, big, physical. They like to put the body on players. And this is a Profs team. They're very skilled, very good with the puck. They're a little bit smaller than a lot of other teams in the league. They've been able to get past these other teams with a lot of the talent they have, but the one thing they're going to have to do is run the play through the Conlins. Ryan Conlin and Chris Conlin, two of the biggest players on the team. They're going to need them to be at the top of their game tonight if they want to come away with a win against University of Delaware.
And finally, you mentioned the Conlins already, but Bobby Penrod, he seems to be the player to watch in this one. What have you seen from him while you've been calling the other games so far this year?
Well, Bobby Penrod has just been a jack of all trades for this Profs team. He's been scoring goals, setting goals up, and he's been doing a decent job getting back on defense in transition. And Bobby Penrod, just an all-around player, and it helps that he's on the first line with Captain Trevor Rucci and Nick Ramos. Those three together really know how to put in a good shift. And if Bobby Penrod gets going, this Profs team can also just continue to build.
We certainly have a good game ahead of us, Marc. We'll be right back after this for Puck Drop. Stay tuned for Profs Hockey. Welcome back live from Fred Rust Arena here at the University of Delaware as Rowan Ice Hockey is on the road to take on the Blue Hens. Once again, I'm Derek Hill, joined today by Marc Acchitelli. Getting ready for puck drop. The lineups have been announced. The national anthem has been sung, and let's play hockey, as they say, right, Mark?
Yeah, really exciting game for the Profs and a big test. This Profs team undefeated coming into tonight. University of Delaware only one loss, and this is going to be a big test, not only out there with the skill level of the Profs, but you look at the teams in size. This University of Delaware Blue Hens team is big, and they can certainly pack a punch.
Starting lineup for the Profs tonight is Trevor Rucci, Bobby Penrod, Nick Ramos. We also have Kyle Rink at goalie, Sam Ahern, as well as Frank Christie. They will be starting out on the ice. Profs with an early attempt, and it's saved. That was a close one, Mark.
Certainly was. Kicked away by Rink, doing a good job keeping his team in it early. Don't want an early goal.
The storyline heading into this one is that goalie Steven Odgers, he's one of the top goalies in this Division II conference so far this season. Rowan, shot attempt saved once more. That shot by Ramos. Ramos in the corner with it. Tries to work it over the middle to Rucci, but it's hit back out, and the Blue Hens now move it into their offensive zone.
Ramos had a good opportunity, got the turnover in the neutral zone one-on-one with the keeper, and he just couldn't get it around the pads.
Moran trying to work it over the middle, but stolen by the Profs. Another breakaway here. Shot attempt and scores! Profs get on the board early. That's Chris Conlon with the early goal.
Profs jump out to an early start, and who else? We talked about in the pregame, Derek. Chris Conlon, one of the biggest, most physically imposing players on this Profs team. We said him and Ryan Conlon were going to have to get things going for the Profs. They wanted a chance in this one, and Chris Conlon answers the bell by scoring the first goal, and it was a doozy.
And I'm pretty sure we talked about it in the pregame, but I'm definitely sure we talked about it on the bus here. It's the speed of Rowan that was going to be the key factor today, and they come out speed early on, and they get on the board first. That's a big goal. Just over a minute into the game, puck worked into the corner. Passing it along the backboards, and now the Hens working it out. Scoop shot. Puck moves all the way onto the Profs' defensive side, working it against the boards. And an icing is called.
Right now, Derek, neither team really having any possession. You can see that the puck just bouncing back and forth, gets in the neutral zone, maybe crosses over the blue line, but each team just trying to keep the puck out of their own defensive end.
And it's the speed of both of these teams where most of the game may be played that way. Blue Hens trying to work it back into their offensive side, but it's moved back towards the boards. Pick up by Jarrett Strickon. Stolen away, working back towards the middle. And Profs defense converges to steal the puck, unable to find his man, and that will roll all the way back. Saved here by Rink. Going to apologize in advance. Everything on the left side of the screen tonight, there's a giant pole in our way, so we're going to try our best to get names and who has the puck down. But the speed of the game certainly is already affecting if I can see who has the puck or not.
Got to work with what you got, and that's what we're going to have to do here on RTN Channel 5 tonight.
I'm going to have to admit to it instead of being late to every single call. Puck being worked around the neutral zone. Both teams having trouble gaining possession. Profs are able to take it for a second back into the neutral zone. Collected there by Sapia, and he moves it back
Blue Hens doing a great job of working the puck so far, despite them not being able to gain possession necessarily. And Ahern working it into the far corner. Looking for Milliken, but unable to find him. Hens get it back in the neutral zone. Pass there. Jowett trying to work it over the middle. Jowett's pass is deflected. Shot attempt just over the net.
Cross got to be careful turning the puck over in their own zone. That one bounced loose in the slot. It could have been the game-tying goal from the Blue Hens.
Cross trying to work the puck away. Ahern tries to send it out, and there is a whistle. First penalty will be against the Hens. It's number 10, Bobby LaBrosse. He'll head in for the first power play.
Oh, Derek, the Profs will be looking to have a similar power play to what they did in their last home game against Kutztown. Profs 4 for 4 on man advantage chances, and they'll look to convert and try to extend this lead.
Profs win the face-off in their offensive zone. Rucci, shot attempt, deflected off of Penrod, however. Ramos and Penrod trying to work the puck out of that far corner. This one is sent away by Delaware. Profs working it back up, stolen away. Rucci regains possession and heads back behind rink at goalie. Trevor Rucci moving it up, passes it to the far side. Moving around the back of the net. Pass over the middle, finds no one. Profs unable to find the back of the net there. Conlon pass over the middle, shot, and it's deflected off the post. Rucci with the shot attempt there. Rucci looking for an opening. His shot is deflected. Penrod's shot, this one deflected as well.
Well, Profs certainly putting the pressure on the Blue Hens as a big hit along the boards.
Cohen finds Rucci on the far boards. He's hit up against them. Here come the Blue Hens, but the Profs defense converges. Blue Hens trying to switch out players. Nobody was there to back him up.
Profs right now doing a good job locking down their own end while also putting a lot of pressure on the offensive end. The Blue Hens don't know how to handle it.
Blue Hens able to keep that puck that was centered out of a shot attempt possibility. Conlon's pass is deflected. Alex Ahern trying to get to it. Stolen away by the Blue Hens. Profs defense so far doing a great job of converging into the middle.
Blue Hens trying to work their way through the middle, but you're right, the Profs not even giving them a chance. Seems as though the Profs clogging up the middle of the ice. They want the Blue Hens to take it around the perimeter because they feel like maybe if they can get that matchup, they can lay a hit against the boards and get the puck free. What they've been doing, Derek, is a lot of transition play, getting the turnovers in the neutral zone, and that especially is what led to the first goal.
Hens able to get this in the neutral zone. Shot attempt deflected off the pads of rink. Another shot attempt there. And skipped away. Now here come the Profs on offense. This will be collected by Jake Kelly. Puck rolls around the back as he's able to poke it away. Steal it away again. Back and forth action as Tofty is able to scoop it. Working Bringing it back to the middle. That's Jared Cohen with it. Cohen's shot attempt is wide left. And this one is deflected up into the nets. Again, Mark, really hard to see on that left side tonight.
Certainly difficult.
Gonna apologize for the silence on that left side of the rink.
It's all right. Well, on the bright side, the Profs, the 1-0 lead, and Derek right now, it has been all Rowan. Every time University of Delaware gets across the blue line, their shot either gets blocked or it's an easy kick save for Rink. Profs making the Blue Hens work for everything.
Now Profs moving up the puck now. Centers it. Shot attempt, and it just goes over the net. Ryan Conlon with the shot attempt after the setup by Matthew Meldrum. Unable to get it in on the open look. Now the Blue Hens taking it back. Adrian Rodriguez trying to get a shot off, but great defense by Sam Ahern.
Ahern has been solid for the Profs all season long back there, anchoring it down. One of the captains on this team.
Now great defense by Chris Conlon here, but the Hens are able to get it back. Shot attempt is deflected up into the rafters. That was Sam Ahern on defense once more.
Ahern again, just making sure, even if you're not going to take the body, getting the shot off for the Blue Hens. Ryan Lowe, certainly a more physically imposing guy compared to Sam Ahern, but if you don't have the size, you get the stick in the right spot. He deflected that one out of play. Great defense once again.
Face off in the bottom right corner of your screen. Rucci's able to collect this one, tries to scoop it along the near boards. Penrod trying to poke it away. Rucci and Penrod trying to gain possession on the near boards there. Squeezed out into the bottom left corner, and there is a whistle. Interference will be called on the Hens. That's number 32 heading to the box, Mike Noman, the defenseman.
It looked like some interference along the boards. Maybe a late hit. Once again, hard to see from the angle we're at. But from the referee's signal, looked to be 2 minutes for interference. Profs get a second power play, see if they can convert.
And this one, Jared Cohen will chase after the puck bounced all over the place following that face-off. Penrod working it back to Cohen, and now collected by Ryan Conlon, whose pass across the Rucci misses. Shot attempt here deflected by Rink. Here comes Conlon. He's looking for an opening. Shot attempt deflected off the pads of Odgers. Working around the back. Here's Rucci. Rucci finds Cohen, back to Rucci. Working around the back of the net. Conlon, quick shot deflected once more. Shot here deflected again. That shot was by Cohen. Ramos' shot attempt is deflected. Puck is sent out past the neutral zone, but the Profs able to send it back to their offense. Penrod finding Rucci. Rucci's shot attempt misses. Penrod recollects around the back of the net. Profs working the puck around here, back over the middle. Cohen to Penrod. Penrod looking for an opening. Good D by the Delaware defender there. Ramos finding Conlon. Conlon can't get a hole in the defense there. Profs taking their time as Penrod's shot is also blocked. A flurry of saves by Odgers.
Tell you what, Odgers really keeping the Blue Hens in this game. They took 2 silly penalties early on, and he is really holding them on in this one. The Profs have been berating him with shots.
Kenrod just took a no-look slap shot that just went over the head of Odgers, and he wasn't ready for it. If it was just a little lower, there was a chance it would have gone in. Both teams make some switches, and Blue Hens trying to get the puck back. Tofty trying to work it up along the near boards. Profs working it back. Echeverria. It's aggressive play so far in this first period. 8:13 remains. It is 1-0 Profs.
Can't believe how much time has gone by. It feels like the period just started, but the speed of play kind of keeps you getting carried away.
Not a lot of stoppages, and well, we did have the 2 penalties, but
not too many face-offs to speak of for sure.
These 2 teams, as we mentioned, very fast, and that's certainly going to play a factor as we go on in this one. Profs moving the puck up now. Meldrum was trying to collect it in the near corner there. The Blue Hens are able to get the puck back. This is Lowe trying to work it now. Shot attempt in and out of the glove of Rink, but it's sent away by Chris Conlon. Another shot attempt, this one in the glove of Rink. So Tyler Swift trying to get the Blue Hens on the board, but Rink, despite having less action than Odgers on the other side, he's trying to stay fresh as well.
Well, you see Rink shake the head after he made the initial save because he knows he probably should have gloved that first shot that popped up in the air and came loose. Kind of upset at himself, but he's able to corral his emotions and make the second save to freeze the play.
Once again, it is 1-0 Profs here in this one. Our scoreboard, unfortunately, not changing the score right now, but just letting our viewers at home know that it is 1-0. Blue Hens working it up, stolen away by Ramos. Ramos shot attempt, and just missing the right side of the bar. Fighting for the puck in the back, the Blue Hens are able to take possession. Flurry of passes here, shot attempt, wide left. And this will be collected by Larry Hooper. Hooper finds Rodriguez. Puck moving around the neutral zone here. Back towards the Blue Hens' defensive side as they're trying to find an opening to get back onto offense. Seven minutes left in the period. Here come the Blue Hens.
You're going to see a penalty right there, Derek. Stricken absolutely laid out a Blue Hen in the corner, and that was Dylan Paisley, and he went face first into the boards. This could be an even longer stay in the box than normal for Stricken.
Jared Stricken, he will, well, they're fixing it now. I did say 2 minutes, so we'll see how much they're about to give him.
Looked like the referee may have put up 4. Would not be surprised. You can see Paisley was facing directly into the boards, and he pancaked against the side of the boards after Stricken hit him.
It is a 2-minute power play. So the Profs will only be allowed 4 out there on the ice. Exactly 6 minutes left in the period. So the Hens look to take advantage of this, down 1-0. Slap shot is wide left. Rink keeping his eye on the puck as it's worked back near the top and slapped away by the Profs defense. This puck will roll all the way back.
One of the strengths of this Profs team so far this year, Derek, has been the penalty kill. We remember the last game at home against Kutztown where the Profs absolutely dominated the Golden Bears. Golden Bears had about 7 or 8 power plays, and the Profs shut them down on every single one.
And I know talking to Coach Dan DeMonte before the season, he had mentioned that that was something that the team last year was good at, but he saw areas that they could improve on when he came in. So it's certainly good to see on the stat line that they have pushed it to the next level.
The Profs team that lost quite a few contributors from last year's team, and they've rebuilt with some incoming youngsters, and it's a team that obviously is clicking on all cylinders considering the undefeated record.
Face-off in the neutral zone is collected by the Blue Hens, sent along the backboards. Dylan Passley is finally able to get in, then works it around the back. Stolen away by the Profs. Castorina working good defense on the far side despite losing his stick. He's able to recollect it as the Blue Hens also recollect the puck. They've been unable to find an opening in the middle of this defense so far. Shot attempt, glove saved by Rink.
A quick snapshot came from Cal Raymore, and when you're on a power play, that obviously means someone's most likely going to be open. Raymore wide open on the right circle and fired in a shot instead of the pass. Rink with the quick hand.
Prof sent it along the boards, but it goes straight into Blue Hens possession. 26 seconds left in the power play. Stolen away by Conlon.
I think the interesting thing about this Profs penalty kill right now is even though they're down a man, they're still continuing to apply that high pressure. You can see Meldrum was hovering around the blue line. If he's able to get that pass, he's in on a breakaway.
The Blue Hens showing their speed here. It is finally centered for them, but they're not able to get it in. And now the breakaway for the Profs. Shot attempt, and it's deflected away. Matthew Meldrum on the breakaway there, had open space for the Profs. This shot saved off the stick. Possibly a chance for Ryan Conlon there, but he's unable to get to the puck in time.
Quick slap shot came from Cohen, and Conlon tried to get in front for the redirect, bounced out in front of a wide open net, but the Blue Hens were able to clear that one out.
So deflected up into the stands, and we will have another stoppage in play with 3:21 remaining. So the Profs able to get the penalty kill there. Yet another one to add on to the season. So kind of an uneventful first period despite that goal being on the board. It happened in the opening seconds. So outside of that, really back and forth action, lots of passing, good play by both goalies.
It's been a boring game since the first few seconds when the Profs got that goal, but Derek, the Profs have not lacked in the chance department. They just haven't put all of them away, and the defense has just been stout.
And that goes back to Odgers just being really the foundation of this Blue Hens team. It seems like right now both teams, Mark, are kind of testing each other, though. They're not really forcing anything. They're more seeing what opens up based off of plays they draw up.
Looks like the Profs almost exploiting what they're noticing the Blue Hens' weakness is. When you got a team that's just as aggressive as you are, and the puck can bounce any which way, which we saw a deflected shot in front, skates out, the Blue Hens had everybody crashing, no one at the blue line, and the Profs turned it into a breakaway going the other way.
2:30 in the first period. Profs working it back up. I've lost the puck, but there's Penrod sending it to Rucci. Rucci now has it on the far boards, looking for space over the middle. Deflected his pass, however. Now Blue Hens coming up. 2-on-1 here. Shot attempt saved by Rink, and he's able to put a glove over it before anybody else could take a shot. Scary one there.
Kyle Rink able to stand tall in the net. He got down in the butterfly, able to deflect one away, rebound, bounce back in front. And he's able to make a great save.
We'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsors. Production support provided in part by Seconti's Italian Pizza of Glassboro. Seconti's Pizza is located at 321 Mullica Hill Road in Glassboro, New Jersey. Order online at www.secontis.com. Secontes.com or call 856-881-4412. Secontes is a proud supporter of RTN Channel 5. Hens win the faceoff, but they have been unable to get anything back the middle. It's been mostly along the backboards, but they find one there, and the goal is scored through the legs of Rink. That's number 8, Ryan Lowe, and the game is tied.
Unfortunate for the Profs there. They only had to hold off for about another minute and a half. But unfortunately, UDell hasn't had that many chances, but they finally get a really good one in front of the net, loose puck. And who else but Ryan Lowe pouncing on it to slide it behind Rink and tie the game up.
And it was kind of a poor pass. It just squirted out like slowly just in front, but that's all they needed because Rink wasn't able to get his pads down in time.
And when you have that aggressive play, the puck can bounce every which way, and you never know what's going to happen.
Profs aggressive directly out of the face-off, but unable to make it go in. Pass over the middle, forced away by Delaware. Profs trying to get the puck to be back on the ice, and saved there by Odgers.
Profs, even though they're not necessarily taking the best quality shots like that one from the blue line, wasn't many people in front. Odgers was able to make an easy grab. They're just throwing it towards the net. They want to make Odgers a little bit nervous and want this Blue Hens team to realize they can't give them space.
Breakaway here from the Hens. Shot attempt deflected almost with the second shot attempt, and a score for the Blue Hens. Dylan Passley. 2 goals in almost 20 seconds of play, and the Blue Hens take the 2-1 lead.
And Passley, once again, puck just finds its way into the slot right in front of the crease, and Passley, all he had to do was basically hit it over the goal line. Rink was full spread eagle out there on the ice. No way he could get back towards the other post. And what would look like it was going to be a dominant game from the Profs, now they trail.
2-1 Blue Hens. Profs unable to score since the opening minute of this game. They have looked good, but now the Blue Hens are showing how good they are as this puck deflected off of the top bar and then flew all the way to the right side into the netting. Passley and Lowe with goals for the Blue Hens. Chris Conlon had the early goal for the Profs. If you're just tuning in, it's 2-1. Profs able to work it out of their defensive zone. Penrod in chase for the puck. Krasner sending it across the far boards. Now Rucci and Penrod will try and work it here. Odgers gets it out of the back of the net and sends it back to his own players. Moran trying to work it through the defense. 10 seconds remain. Shot attempt here, wide right, deflected off the backboards. Trying to center over the middle, 1 second left, and that will be the end of the first period. So Mark, first period here in Delaware. The Profs came out strong. They're still showing their speed, but now the Blue Hens, they're starting to get on a roll. Should there be pause for concern heading into the second period?
Well, I don't necessarily know if it should be cause for concern because both of the Blue Hens' goals were just pucks that deflected, bounced right in front of the net, and when you have an easy tap in like the second goal that gave the Blue Hens the lead, there's not much the Profs can do about it. That just happens with luck not being on their side. As far as how the Profs have played, they've played very aggressive, jumped all over the Blue Hens' mistakes, created multiple chances, but once again, Odgers continues to keep this team in the game.
And we mentioned Penrod in the pregame being the player to watch out for. Not a lot of him other than working passes. Will we see more of him now?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of Bobby Penrod. He got a shot or two off during the power play opportunities, but he's really been working the puck around the boards Blue Hens look like they've been doing a good job shutting him down. They get him into the corner of the boards and try and pin him there so he can't get a shot in the slot where he really feeds off a lot of things. But Bobby Penrod certainly is going to have a chat with the coach, and you can expect Penrod and the rest of the Profs to come out firing here in the second period coming up.
So at the end of the first period of play, the Blue Hens have the 2-1 lead over the Rowan Profs. We will be right back for the second period of action.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver. the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around.
Welcome back to Fred Rust Arena, the Rowan Television Network's coverage of Rowan Ice Hockey. We are here in Delaware as the Profs are taking on the Blue Hens at the Blue Hens home turf. Just to reiterate, my name's Derek Hill, alongside Marc Acchitelli tonight. And Marc, at the end of the first period, the Blue Hens came out with a 2-1 lead with 2 goals. Very late in that first period, it seemed like the Profs would end up going to break with a 1-0 lead, but now the Blue Hens show why they are 7-1. What are you hoping to see from both of these teams heading into this period?
Well, from the Profs, first off, you want to see them continue that aggressive nature and keep trying to jump on the Blue Hens' mistakes, which have really provided a lot of the Profs' chances so far in the first period. Unfortunately, 2 late goals. They're down 2-1 starting in the second. The Blue Hens, on the other hand, they need to take those 2 goals, continue to play aggressive, but what they need to do is just watch the turnovers. They're turning it over a lot in the neutral zone, and the Profs are taking advantage of it, so Blue Hens need to make sure they take care of the puck.
And to add context, the Profs had a multitude of chances against goalie Steven Odgers on the other side. Just sometimes they don't go in.
Odgers has been lights out for the Blue Hens so far this season.
So to start out, Blue Hens have a good look here, but it's wide right. Ryan Lowe trying to steal this one away for the Profs, but Penrod's able to collect it. Fakes a pass over the middle, stolen away initially, but Penrod's able to poke it back into Blue Hens' defensive zone. Cross to the far side, collected. Rucci unable to get it on the far side, then it'll roll all the way back for Jared Krasner. Puck moving back and forth early on in this matchup in the second period. Slapped out of the neutral zone by the Blue Hens, and it'll be recollected by Ahern around the back of the net. Looking for Conlon, but it'll be collected by the Blue Hens. That's Adrian Rodriguez passing it over the middle. And glove save by Rink. So Marc, just more of what we saw in the first period within these 2 minutes, just both teams going back and forth.
Well, we knew today's game was going to be a high, fast-paced contest between both squads, and it's living up to the hype. Unfortunately, Profs thought they'd be on the better side of things right now, but it's still certainly a close game, only a 1-goal deficit for the Profs.
Blue Hens find an opening here, and it goes into the back of the net. Goal scored by number 2, Andrew Marciniak. Marciniak, the 3rd goal scorer for the Blue Hens today, as you see them celebrating on the ice. So minimal chances in front of the net today, but it seems like the 3 chances they've gotten, they've scored on all 3 of them.
Well, that's the big key. You just said it. It's all about converting your chances. It doesn't matter. You can have 30 shots on goal. The other team can have 10, but guess what? If 3 of them get past your goalkeeper, only 1 of your 30 gets past their goalkeeper, you're still going to lose in the game. Right now, obviously, still plenty of time. By no means is this game over, but the Profs got to start getting on the scoreboard once again before this game starts to pull away. It looks like Delaware's got a lot of momentum.
There is an official discussion by the scorers table. As you see Rucci standing there listening in. I'm unsure what they could be discussing. It wouldn't be whether or not it's a goal, because the puck for certain went all the way into the back of the net. Looks like the head ref is discussing with both team captains here. That's Rucci alongside Matt Tofty of the Blue Hens.
Not really sure what they're talking about. Maybe giving a warning to both teams. Maybe something was said between the 2 players. Not really sure. But they are listening intently.
It looks like he's talking directly to Trevor Rucci as well.
Maybe Rucci has a complaint, maybe some sort of goaltender interference on the play from before.
Very interesting scenario, but Trevor Rucci seemed to be unpleased with whatever the outcome of what they were discussing was.
Looked like they were discussing whether or not it was going to be a goal, and he had the good goal arm pointed towards center ice, so Profs still trail even more now.
So Delaware officially gets the 3-1 lead as icing is called on the play. So come back all the way to the near side, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Rucci lining up across from Kyle Sapia. Quick shot by Penrod off the pads of Odgers. The Profs trying to work it back. Whistle on the play. I believe the puck. Oh no, they're going to call a penalty.
Looks like they called offsides. It looked like to me the Profs were able to get back onside. Guess not, according to the referee.
Lots of weird calls and discussions within the last 2 minutes of this game. And another whistle. And as we wait for play to resume in the neutral zone, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsors once more. Production support provided in part by Sacanti's Italian Pizza of Glassboro. Sacanti's Pizza is located at 321 Mullica Hill Road in Glassboro, New Jersey. Order online at sacantis.com or call 856-881-4412. Sacanti's is a proud supporter of RTN Channel 5. Blue Hens working it up on offense now. Shot here. Certainly not the shot he was looking for. It goes wide left of rink. That attempt was by Bobby LaBrosse. Rucci trying to set up over the middle for the Profs. Penrod poking this one away. Goes to Odgers. He works it along the boards. Hens trying to work this one. Good defense there by Jared Cohen, but there will be a whistle.
Offsides was the call as Cohen tried to get in there across the blue line, poke it away. Blue Hens player touched it before he was already over the blue line.
Castorina will line up across from Devin LeBlanc. Castorina wins this face-off. Profs moving it up quickly. Shot deflected. Shot attempt there was by Brandon Milliken. Profs trying to bring that speed back into their game. Down 2 goals here. Blue Hens working it up again. Stick check there by Ahern. Puck worked into the near corner, back over the middle, and just missed in the top left corner. Blue Hens almost made it 4-0. Another shot attempted. Rink is having a really good game so far, despite giving up the 3 goals. He's trying his best.
I'll tell you what, Rink was all over both posts right there, sliding back and forth inside his crease and just going side to side, had his defenders come and help him out on the final shot. That one got kicked away by one of the Profs defenders in front of the net. He stood on his head for sure.
Profs working the puck back to the neutral zone. Give it back to the Blue Hens, however. Slap shot saved by Rink. Swift with the shot attempt there. Substitutions by both teams.
Slap shot came from the point. Smith wound up and fired one in. Right into the chest protector of Rink as he was able to catch that one. And you feel bad for Kyle Rink. He's had a really good game. He's done very well. The 3 goals does not do his performance justice right now, as the first 2 you could say weren't even his fault.
Breakaway here, Conlon going across. Shot attempt finds the back of the goal. Great shot by Luke Froyo. Luke Froyo with the slap shot just at the point. Straight past Odgers. 3-2 Props.
Big goal from Froyo, and the Props finally get back to what they were able to do in the first period. They just took the shots from the point. This time, traffic was in front. Froyo fired one on target, and Odgers, who's been phenomenal in net for the Blue Hens, he really couldn't do anything about it because he couldn't see it, as Froyo's shot tickled the twine.
So Props goal, their first since the first minute of play in the first period. They're now only down by 1. 15 remain. There is a penalty on the play, however, as Alex Ahern will head to the box.
It would have to have been after the play because the penalty was on the Props before the shot. The shot wouldn't have counted, so it must have been something, maybe an extracurricular after the puck had already gone in.
So the goal is a big score for the Props, but now they have to deal with yet another penalty kill. Odgers collects it around the back of the net, rolls it to Lowe. Lowe back behind the net. Marciniak waiting for a play to develop. Now LeBlanc moving it up with speed. Works it back up top. Shot here, deflected. That was Ramos with the block. He collapsed to the ice initially, but now back on his feet.
Ramos is laboring a little bit. You can see him just bent over, just trying to be an extra body till he can get off the ice.
It's deflected here. Looked like the net moved, but they do not call stoppage.
Derek Ramos still hunched over. Must have hit him somewhere in the leg. He is certainly feeling a lot of discomfort.
I believe it might be the ankle based off of how he can hunch over, but he can't put any weight on that other foot. Props trying to get it out from in front of the net. Rink's finally able to get a glove in front of it.
Looks like Rucci helping Ramos out, maybe talking a little bit. The only positive about maybe getting hit in the ankle playing hockey is you don't necessarily have to put too much pressure on it. You can kind of glide your way over without having to take a step.
Face off in the Props defensive zone. That's a good point, honestly. I never thought of it that way. Hopefully he's good at standing on one foot. Shot in and out of the glove of Rink, and it goes to the backboards. Blue Hens trying to work it around as they've done well all game long. But this puck is cleared by Milliken. Milliken and Echeverria were trying to work it, but it's stolen away by the Blue Hens. Hens working over the middle again, and this one's wide right. Now Props with a break here. This pass just goes a little bit too far. Echeverria trying to get it before he hits the backboards. They battle for the puck. And it goes back to the Hens.
The Props can really make the Blue Hens pay. A lot of the Blue Hens pushing up the ice, and it's almost like they leave one defender behind. A good outlet pass could spring the Profs here on offense. The final pass just hasn't been there over the last few minutes. It's there, though, if they can make it happen.
Pad saved by Rink. Slowly working it out of the corner around the back of the net. On the near boards once more, shots toward the net. Rink deflected off the pad. And here come the Profs once more. Good defense there. Nauman with the good steal. Able to poke that puck away. A big hit against the boards on the Hen side. Really just endless action. And a penalty on the Blue Hens. I believe it was 25 Patrick Swain who just entered. It is 2 minutes.
It looks like it's going to be a trip. So Profs will try and capitalize on the power play, tie this game up, Derek, something they've been strong with all season long with the man advantage.
And it's really much needed right now as well. Cut down on having to skate back and forth as much as they have. Especially the couple kills where they've had to just stick back on defense as well.
Like we had talked about, the outlet pass and the long pass down the ice is there if the Profs can eventually spring a winger down the flanks. As when Delaware's pressuring in the offensive zone, they tend to send everybody towards the net almost. It's very dangerous when it works. It works beautifully, but if a puck bounces off the wrong part of the boards, it could find its way to the blue line. The Profs can have a wide open breakaway.
Cohen's pass along the backboards finds Penrod. Off the stick of Ahern, but then back to Rucci. Shot there off the pad by Cohen. Rucci goes back behind the nets. Quick shot. Did it go in? They keep poking it, but they're not able to get it in there. Penrod's shot misses the puck.
How about the defensive work from the Blue Hens? The puck bounced out.
That had to have been inches away from crossing the line.
It was a great shot from the Profs, and that puck would have went in had a Blue Hens defender not laid along the goal line because the goalie had no idea where it was.
Penrod's shot a second ago was deflected, but he's able to recollect. Ramos fighting for the puck. Now Rucci has it. Back up to Cohen. Cohen shoots middle. Goes off the stick of Conlon, but then back into the possession of the Blue Hens. Blue Hens bringing it up. Shot was over the glove of Rink and up into the netting. "10 minutes into the second period, and both periods so far mainly the same thing. Not a lot of stoppages. When there are, both teams seem to be doing a pretty good job at the penalty kills. I don't think there's a single goal off of a penalty push, as Profs have a chance here. Saved by Odgers, and he's able to get a glove by it. That was Chris Conlon with the push, and he falls and slides into the boards hard.
Well, Chris Conlon is a big man, and when he hits the boards, everyone in the building knows of the thunderous sound coming off the boards, and Ryan Conlon was crashing the net. If that puck was loose, could have tied the game up.
Conlon finds Penrod. Ahern shot attempt misses. Penrod scores! So you just keep attempting and attempting and attempting, and eventually it will go in. We mentioned Penrod at the start of the period, at the end of the last period, and in the pregame. He's finally able to come through as our spotlight player.
Well, Derek, you were asking me about Bobby Penrod the second the first period ending. You saying, where was he? We had talked about him building up to the game, and right there finds himself in the slot, wide open. Nobody comes over to him as he takes a loose puck and roofs it into the back of the net. It was a goal the Profs needed, as we're tied here at 3 goals apiece.
And at the beginning of the period, down 3-1, it seemed Well, I asked you if there was a cause for concern, and you said no, and now it seems like you were right. Tie game, it's a brand new hockey game here at the University of Delaware. And another score by the Hens. They're coming in bunches here in the second period.
Profs get caught napping after they tie the game back up, and a mere 20 seconds later, the Blue Hens able to strike back with a force as they go up 4-3. Just looked like a broken down play. Profs defense didn't see it coming. They were still celebrating the goal, it seemed like, mentally.
I mean, you and I were still celebrating the goal too. So, well, that's Devin LeBlanc who's able to get on the board. So now 4 separate goal scorers for the Blue Hens today as Rink's able to cover that puck up.
Well, LeBlanc was the main guy we were looking at coming in today for the Blue Hens. Led the team in points, 6 goals and 6 assists on the season. And LeBlanc adds to his tally on the year.
And he has a pretty big lead as well. So that now makes it 13 points for him. Second place would be Ryan Johnson, who has 10 points on the season. Puck being worked along the backboards on the Rowan defensive side. Here comes Rucci. Rucci trying to work it over the middle, but it's deflected back out. This will be collected by Meldrum. Meldrum to Strickon. There's Penrod's shot wide left. Trying to center it, but unable to find Rucci. Back to Cohen, but past his stick into the neutral zone. He works it behind him. Here comes Strickon, working it across the far boards. Back over the middle to Penrod, he's unable to collect. Now here come the Hens again. Shot attempt, saved by Rink. He's able to keep 2 shots afterwards in front of him as well. Puck being fought for in the neutral zone. Chris Conlon trying to poke it out. And here's Penrod. Penrod looking over the middle for a setup. There is a whistle on the play. A Blue Hens player fell over, but we'll see what the call is, and it will be on Chris Conlon. And Mark, it seems like you're a little upset about that call.
Didn't really see where the penalty came from. Looked like Conlon fighting against the boards. Looked more like the Blue Hen player along the boards may have tripped over himself. Didn't really see the stick get in there. And it looked like the Profs were going to get an opportunity with Penrod looking to pass it in the slot across the crease, and instead now they're on the penalty kill.
So the Blue Hens get another chance on the power play. A chance over the middle. A flurry of saves by Rink. Was he able to get it in? No. Rink was able to cover the puck up, laying out on his stomach. Great job by him to keep focus there.
Kyle Rink has had one heck of a second period, and he's been all over the place when it comes to just getting in front of shots from all angles. Kyle Rink has really kept the Profs in this one right now as the Blue Hens have peppered the net with shots.
Slap shot wide right, another shot here, and that one goes in as Rink was on his belly. It's number 24, Eddie Martorella.
Well, Martorella has been waiting to get on the board in this one, and he finally does in a big way, 5-3. The Blue Hens now with a 2-goal advantage over the Profs, and Martorella had a big week last week, Derek. 2 game-winning goals in both games last week for the Blue Hens, and now he's got a goal that kind of pads the lead and gives them some insurance here in the second.
So the Profs were able to tie this game up at 3, but then immediately after have given up 2 goals since then. Once again, they have to come back from a 2-goal deficit. The score, however, does bring them back to full strength. Stolen away by Penrod, and Penrod will now work it up. He has some open space. Penrod's shot is deflected by Marciniak, sorry. Marciniak sending it around the back to Tofty. Hens working it back already. The Profs able to steal it away. Here comes Penrod again. He's got the one-on-one shot attempt off the pads of Odgers. He sends it back to Rucci. Rucci tries the center. Penrod with another shot attempt, but straight into the chest of Odgers and a whistle on the play.
Bobby Penrod's all over the place right now. Got the initial shot, went to the corner to dig it out. Found himself back in front of the net for the loose puck. Got a shot off. Another great save by Odgers. How about the attempt from Trevor Rucci along the boards, trying to just throw that one in front of the net with some pace.
The trio of Rucci, Penrod, and Ramos are always aggressive.
Props almost getting a goal off that face-off. Castorina held off a defender on his way to the net, but then had his stick pinned down to the ice.
Strickon tries to recollect, but it's poked away. It's the Hens working it up fast, unable to get anything there as this one's now taken by Echeverria. Echeverria working it up, shoots it back towards the boards. And back over the middle, Echeverria unable to collect the puck. They're able to keep it in their offensive zone, however. Profs begin to converge. Knocked down by Cohen. Cohen collects. Cohen deflects it off of the near boards, and icing is called. With 5 minutes left here in the second period. You can find all of the Rowan Television Network broadcasts and studio shows on YouTube. You can find them on demand 24/7 on your laptop, tablet, or mobile device, so be sure to go to youtube.com/RTNCH5. Face off on the near side here. As Profs going to work it around the back of their own net. Pass the stick of Ahern and stolen away by the Hens. Working around the back, shot attempt. Rink's able to deflect that one. Krasner trying to steal it away, and this one's poked back out, but recollected by the Hens. 4.5 minutes remain in the period. Krasner using the near boards to his advantage. Now here comes Conlon. Conlon's shot misses.
Ryan Conlon went for the top shelf at the near post, just wide of the net. It was a good opportunity for the Profs, their first one in a while.
Conlon trying to get it back. Conlon's shot deflected by a defender. And they keep shooting, and there it is. Chris Conlon is able to get a goal. Probably like 3 or 4 shot attempts there, and he's able to just squeeze it in into the top of the net.
Well, Chris Conlon gets his second goal on the night, and it was a big one as it cuts the deficit now to a goal for the Profs. But how about the work from Chris Conlon? Puck deflects in front of the net, blocked again off another shot. Redirects off his own teammate, drops right in front of the net. Odgers didn't know where the puck was, and Conlon goes bar down. the Profs now only trail by 1, and that was a big goal, especially with time winding down here in the second.
So it's Ryan Conlon who's able to work it around the back of the net, and then Chris Conlon who's able to bring it home once it was centered. Shot here is deflected up into the netting. So Profs trail now by 1 goal. It's 5-4 here at the University of Delaware. 3:44 left in the second period of action. And Mark, after the back and forth nature of the first period, now in the second period it just seems like all of that testing of defenses is now paying off because it's just constant scoring. Another goal by Delaware there, almost on cue.
Profs cannot hold on as it just once again giving up goals late in periods. They had just scored a goal to bring it back within 1, and just like that, the Blue Hens make the gap 2 goals again.
Ryan Lowe with his second goal of the game. The first 2-time scorer for the Blue Hens so far in this game. Profs trying to be aggressive and work it back. Down 2 goals once more, a whistle on the play.
It seems as though this game goes against everything you think about when it comes to momentum. Every single time the Profs get themselves back into it, the Blue Hens come right back and score when you think a team would be down after conceding a goal and maybe get a little bit nervous. This Delaware team refuses to go away.
Delaware trying to work it back over the middle, but it is pushed back out by the Profs defense. Now in the upper corner of the rink, Sam Ahern is trying to work the puck away from Delaware. Rucci joins in the efforts. As the puck is pinned up against the boards and it's squirted out towards the near side. I didn't see what the penalty was, but there will be a penalty on this play. As another Prof will head to the box. It's Sam Ahern.
Looked like a Blue Hens player went down on a hard hit, and his teammates didn't take a liking to it. They came over, got in Ahern's face. The whistle had already been blown, a little bit of pushing and shoving, but Sam Ahern finds his way in the penalty box, and not what the Profs wanted now on a penalty kill with under 3 minutes left to go.
So the Profs, for the most of the rest of this period, will most likely play defense. This puck is shot out into the Blue Hens bench. Blue Hens unable to get it back around, trying to find an opening, but good defense by Ramos is preventing it. They do work it towards the middle, but Rink's able to glove it.
Oh, Kyle Rink better get ready inside the crease because he knows a lot of shots are about to be coming, especially with the Profs only down by 2 goals. The big thing is you want to just kill this penalty and not give any more for the rest of the period, make adjustments going into the third.
Puck is being worked along the near boards. Rucci loses a stick and asks for a penalty, and they do oblige. It'll be on number 24, Eddie Martorella of the Blue Hens.
Oh, Rucci was asking for it. He got his wish. Now that changed the whole dynamic of the end of this period. Profs now even 4-on-4 a lot more ice out there when you take away one on each team. So look for some high-flying action for the final 2 minutes.
The 4-on-4 begins now. It'll go for at least a minute and 20 seconds, or at most, I should say. So there could be a goal. Working the puck against those far boards. Neither the Hens nor the Profs can get it. Good deflection there by number 5, Jared Strickon. Hens working it up fast. His attempt to center it is blocked. Puck rolls around the far boards. Rowan trying to be aggressive, get the puck back here, and they succeed. Ryan Conlon working it up. Conlon pass deflected off of a Blue Hens defender, and offsides is called.
Rowan had an opportunity right there. It was courtesy of Ryan Conlon. You got to give the Delaware defensive pairing, though, credit on the back end. As Conlon tried to center it, stick went down, it still got through, but he had backup at the back post as it was kicked away when the Profs tried to stuff it into the wide open net.
56 seconds left in the period, 14 seconds left until the Profs will be back to 5 men on the ice. Hens trying to work it over the middle, deflected by Rucci. Rucci able to send it down. Will Ahern get there in time? No. Ahern turns around, tries to find Conlon, unable to. Rucci recollects. Shot here by Ahern and into the chest of Odgers.
Odgers swallowed that one up, but the Profs able to get a nice shot as time winds down here in the second period. They're going to have that power play for 18 more seconds. With 21 on the clock, certainly an opportunity for the Profs. They got to win the faceoff.
Rucci bursts out of the faceoff, and he's able to send it back to Conlon. Conlon shot, and it goes in. Ryan Conlon with the score, and once again, the Profs are down by 1.
The Conlon connection in front of the net right there. Ryan Conlon with the shot from the point, but the screen from Chris Conlon is what got that puck to cross the line. Odgers couldn't see it on the way through. Chris Conlon uses that big frame of his to get in front of the keeper. And Ryan Conlon's wrister from the blue line now brings it within 1 again, 6-5.
So 14 seconds remaining in the period. Profs on the push here with Rucci. Rucci shot off the pads of Odgers. Rucci recollects, 3 seconds remain, centered, and they're unable to get anything going. So a flurry of goals here in the second period. We ended the first period with a 2-1 Blue Hens lead, and now the score is 6-5 Blue Hens. So that testing we were talking about in the first period, it paid off for both teams.
Certainly did, and 4 goals for each team in this period. Profs still trail, but here's the one positive to take out of it. The trend we were noticing is the Profs would get within 1, and a mere 30 seconds later, the Blue Hens would pad the lead back on again. Well, guess what? The end of the period gives the Profs a chance to take their time, address what they just saw in the second period, and allow them to make sure the Blue Hens don't get that goal to come back within the first minute after going up. So now, Profs can come out in the third period, make the changes, and hopefully they can tie it up and maybe take the lead.
The other upside to the Profs, they lost the first period 2-1, but the second period they tied 4-4. Hopefully with that upwards trend, with my knowledge in math, it will probably keep going, and the Profs will hopefully look to get a win in that third period, and then that would give them a win overall, unless it's 1-0. But we'll end up seeing what the final score is in the third period of action when we return to the University of Delaware after this.
Production support provided in part by Sacanti's Italia Pizza of Glassboro. Sacanti's Pizza is located at 321 Mullica Hill Road in Glassboro, New Jersey. Order online at www.sacantis.com or call 856-881-4412. Sacanti's is a proud supporter of RTN Channel 5.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS-FM is Rowan's very own award-winning collegiate radio station, servicing South Jersey and parts of Philadelphia and Delaware. At Rowan Radio, students have the opportunity to get hands-on experience as an on-air DJ, playing the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, as well as being able to host talk shows and specialty shows. WGLS also offers members the ability to work in audio mixing and editing. For more information about the station, visit www.rowanradio.com and tune in to the music that matters.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Production support provided in part by Seconti's Italia Pizza of Glassboro. Seconti's Pizza is located at 321 Mullica Hill Road in Glassboro, New Jersey. Order online at www.secontis.com or call 856-881-4412. Seconti's is a proud supporter of RTN Channel 5.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM is Rowan's very own award-winning collegiate radio station, servicing South Jersey and parts of Philadelphia and Delaware. At Rowan Radio, students have the opportunity to get hands-on experience as an on-air DJ, playing the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, as well as being able to host talk shows and specialty shows. WGLS also offers members the ability to work in audio mixing and editing. For more information about the station, visit www.rowanradio.com and tune in to the music that matters.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Production support provided in part by Seconti's Italian Pizza of Glassboro. Seconti's Pizza is located at 321 Mullica Hill Road in Glassboro, New Jersey. Order online at www.secontis.com or call 856-881-4412. Seconti's is a proud supporter of RTN Channel 5.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM is Rowan's very own award-winning collegiate radio station, servicing South Jersey and parts of Philadelphia and Delaware. At Rowan Radio, students have the opportunity to get hands-on experience as an on-air DJ, playing the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, as well as being able to host talk shows and specialty shows. WGLS also offers members the ability to work in audio mixing and editing. For more information about the station, visit www.rowanradio.com and tune in to the music that matters.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM is Rowan's very own award-winning collegiate radio station, servicing South Jersey and parts of Philadelphia and Delaware. At Rowan Radio, students have the opportunity to get hands-on experience as an on-air DJ, playing the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, as well as being able to host talk shows and specialty shows. WGLS also offers members the ability to work in audio mixing and editing. For more information about the station, visit www.rowanradio.com and tune in to the music that matters.
We're back here at Fred Rust Arena at the end of the second period. The Blue Hens held on to a 6-5 lead over the Profs. However, the Profs were consistently down by 2 goals in that period. At the end of the last period, though, they were able to keep it at just 1 heading into this final period of play.
And you could just say it was by the luck of the draw, the fact they scored the goal to bring it within 1 with less than 15 seconds left to go on the clock. But the Profs don't care. They'll take it. They want to make sure they stay within reach of this Delaware Blue Hens team that's found a way to get an advantage, but then hasn't pulled away. And it's just been a great game all around, Derek. Back and forth action between both teams. Really excited for this third period.
We'll see if the Profs defense can do more of what they did in the first period when it seemed like they were really converging to the middle, trying to keep a lot of the action there away, and Kyle Rink is definitely going to need it.
Well, Kyle Rink has been pestered with shots all game long. He's given up 6 goals, but you could probably say, in fairness to Rink, half of them aren't even his fault. They're deflections that just find their way through, or a puck finds its way right on the back post after it's kicked away by somebody else. But Kyle Rink has played as well as he possibly could.
It's
Props
also,
defense needs to help him out.
in fairness, a very good team. So it's a mix of those two things. As action starts here, 20 minutes left in this game as Penrod will bring it up for the Profs. Penrod shot deflected off of Odgers' pads. Goes off the near board. Shot wide left here. That shot was taken by Strickon. Cleared by Cohen. Keeping it in the Blue Hens defensive zone, but the Blue Hens are trying to get it out. This pass goes past the neutral zone. Will not be called icing. Ahern battling for it across the backboards. Shot over the middle, deflected away by Krasner. The Profs able to get it past the defense. Here we go, 2-on-1. Conlon trying to set it up, shot misses. Now here come the Hens. Working it around the back of the net. Lets the puck go. Krasner trying to collect it here, but it's swatted against the boards. Now here comes Conlon. Conlon trying to work past Marciniak. Conlon, shot attempt, wide right, and he hits the ice hard. Conlon is slow to get up, but the puck remains in play. Blue Hens are able to get it back.
Conlon went over to the bench, left his stick on the ice. Referee came to pick it up for him. You could tell he was in a substantial amount of pain by how slow he got up and how slow he got over to the bench.
Hens able to get it out of the middle. Working around the back once more. Collected by Hooper. Hooper sends it back towards the neutral zone. Great pass as Sapia gets it. And shot goes wide right. Sapia with it again. Trips over his own teammate. Profs trying to get it back. Some aggression there. There is a whistle. They will call a hook on number 6, Larry Hooper of Delaware.
Rightfully so, Derek, as Profs tried to get the puck around the blue line. Looked like it was Ahern fighting for it, and Hooper got all of Ahern's stick. It was all the way up in the air to where it looked like they were just pointing towards the sky. Smart call by the referee, and the Profs have a big chance to tie this one up on the power play.
Profs' first power play of the period. Shot towards the middle, deflected a couple times. Another shot attempt. Multiple pad blocks by Odgers there. It's sent back out. Cohen is able to recollect. They'll reset.
Profs got quite a few opportunities just through that one rush. Unfortunately couldn't convert. Let's see if they can do it on the second.
Conlon bringing it up for the Profs. Sets it up over the middle. Ramos in the near corner. It was sent back, but Penrod was unable to get it. Penrod trying to recollect. Profs trying to poke it away. Goes against the boards. Big hit by Penrod there. And here comes Ryan Conlon with the puck once again, working it around the Delaware defense. And his shot is glove saved by Odgers.
Oh, Ryan Conlon had some success earlier on towards the end of the last period, throwing it on net, seeing if he could get it to deflect on through. This time, none doing as Odgers saw it the whole way and gloved it out of the air.
Face off on the far side, goes straight back to the Profs. It's Ahern working it along the near boards. That's Rucci now. Rucci to Ahern. Ahern looking for an opening, and it's poked away by Sapia. Sapia trying to get away from Ahern. Penrod coming in for an assist. He's able to help out. Penrod regains possession across to Rucci. Rucci collects it off the boards. Rucci works around the back of the net. Penrod back to Rucci. Back to Penrod. And pass low is deflected, looking for Conlon there. This Ahern's shot is wide right. Rucci unable to reposition himself, and it goes back to the Blue Hens. Blue Hens with a push now as the power play comes to an end. Conlon working it alone. Tries to center it. Shot attempt and a score! Conlon to Conlon. Chris Conlon assists to Ryan Conlon. Now both Conlons have 2 goals today.
Derek, you saw that one building up as Chris Conlon crossed through the neutral zone, used that big body to cover the puck as he went all the way and glided across into the offensive zone, went towards the back of the net and fired one in front for Ryan Conlon, who was able to rifle the one-timer past the glove of Odgers, and that's a huge goal for the Profs. Conlon to Conlon, 6-6.
The Profs tie the game at 6. This is the first tie since back in the first period. I'm sure they're happy to be in the position that they're in now. Profs trying to keep possession of the puck. Odgers collects it behind the net. Delaware will work it up along the far boards. Shot here off the chest of Rink. He lost it for a second, but he's able to recollect and now covers it with his glove.
Oh, Rink better be careful. He's got to hang on to ones like that. Didn't look like it had that much power on the shot. Couldn't glove it all the way through, and it dropped down right in front of him. Not to mention when it did that, he didn't know where the puck was, and they almost poked it through.
Face off in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Profs like lightning out of the face-off that time, but Delaware is able to slow it down and then recollect the puck. Cohen gets it. He passes it to Strickon. Strickon along the near boards. Stolen away by UD. And big hit on Strickon and Echeverria in the neutral zone, no call. Puck rolling along the boards. Now back across the ice. Scooped up back into the neutral zone. Aggression from both teams as now the game is tied once more. Shot here, deflected off the right arm of Rinkin into the netting. It's very interesting how so far in this game there's set periods of time where teams are definitely in more control, and it's not like the other team takes control immediately. There's this long transition period that keeps happening.
Certainly a transition for both teams, and this game's really been all about transition. Not many build-up plays have resulted in goals where they get their matchups they want, they circle around the net. Everything has been in transition, pucks flying towards the nets, rebounds coming out and stuffing it home.
Scooped up along the near boards, and UDell player drops. Rucci in pursuit, tries to steal it away with his stick. Working along the near boards. Ahern steals it away. Ahern scoops it back into the Delaware defensive zone. Around the back is Rodriguez. Rodriguez awaiting his teammates. Oh, there was a penalty that we missed, Mark.
It's like it's on Castorina. Didn't even see what he did.
I think we both missed the whistle there too, because apparently they're a minute into that. Now Blue Hens bring bringing it up. 45 seconds left in their power play. Over the middle and pushed out by the Profs. Milliken doing a good job of staying on the puck as he deflects it again. Big hit in front of the net by Milliken, and now Profs bringing it back up. This is Ahern. Ahern shot and he scores. The Profs take the lead.
Sam Ahern scores for the Profs, short-handed, and what a beautiful shot it was from the defender. Ahern took it across the middle of the ice, Derek, coasted on it across the blue lines. Defenders bought the shot fake, took it deep on the right, and fired it towards the back post at the left.
Profs take their first lead of the game since back when they had that 1-0 lead in the first period. 7-6 now.
Feels like we've come a long way since that first period, and the way the first period went, before the last 2 minutes of the first period, it was 1-0. You didn't know how much offense we were exactly going to see in this game. Now you look at the scoreboard between the two teams, 13 goals.
Big hit there against the boards. Jarrett Strickon trying to send Ryan Lowe home. Couple shots in front of the net, and Rink is able to keep his pad in front of it. Profs defense is showing up here in the third period. Just under 11.5 minutes to go. Delaware bringing the puck up once more. Another big hit against the far boards. That was Penrod delivering it that time. Strickon sends it all the way down. Pass over the middle, and Penrod's unable to collect it. Puck being moved back up by Delaware. Only one man, however. He waits for his teammates, sets him up, backhand, and it goes over the top of the net. Strickon and Rucci working for it. Back to the neutral zone and collected by Delaware. Delaware having a tough time getting it centered, and this one's sent out by Conlon. And they do call icing.
Profs get a little bit of a respite for about 15 seconds it takes both teams to travel back down towards the other end of the ice. It's what they needed after going up 7-6. University of Delaware's put some pressure on the Profs in their own end.
That fresh lead has really, the Profs have kind of stepped it up to another level now. They seem to be excited that they have that lead. And Delaware, they're playing as if there's some concern. Now Conlon's shot misses wide left. Meldrum forces it around the back, but recollected by Delaware.
A rebound shot came back off the pad, and Profs almost put another one in, but another great save by Odgers.
Pass along the far boards. Ahern loses his stick. And here come the Profs. Shot attempt. Caught by Odgers. Good focus by Odgers there. Keeping an eye on the puck. Probably 4 people coming at him that time.
Chris Conlon, how about the fancy stick work crossing the blue line? He had 3 blue hens converging on him, and he absolutely held off every single one, able to get the backhander, but Odgers stood up to the task, and he is able to stop that one before it gets in between the wickets.
And it will be a Profs power play. Trevor Early, he heads to the box. Actually, 2 blue hens are going to the box as Cal Raymore is going in as well.
Rare 5-on-3 opportunity, Derek.
This would be a good time for the Profs to extend that lead they have as we tick under the 10-minute mark in this one.
Rowan needs to take advantage of this opportunity. They don't come along too often with these 5-on-3s.
Puck sent all the way back and taken by Cohen. finds Conlon. Ryan Conlon working the puck. Great defense there. Conlon behind the net, passes behind him. He finds Ramos. This is Rucci along the far side. Rucci back to Ramos. Rucci over the middle. Finds Cohen, but it's deflected. Action in front of the net, no pucks go in. Centered once more, Penrod's not able to get there. Rucci shot saved by Odgers.
Well, Odgers is going to have to anchor down because he knows he's in for a long 1 minute and 1 second with those 2 power plays out there. Props, I appreciate you trying to get that shot, but when you have a 5-on-3, you just got to get a shot on goal. It looks like they're trying to get that build up, which hasn't been what's gotten them the goals. What's gotten them the goals is attacking the net with a lot of speed.
Rucci finding Ahern. Back to Rucci. Shot wide left. Penrod has it now. Ahern up top. Shot deflected off of Conlon. And this one will be cleared. Delaware trying to get there as low as in pursuit, but he'll have to take on 3 separate profs. And it's taken back out by Ramos. Ramos finds Rucci. Rucci moving the puck up. Shot, a pass rather. And back up into the netting. 7 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. I'm sure looking back at this one, they'll have wished that they were a little more aggressive.
They were looking for that special shot, and it just wasn't going to happen for them. The formula that's been working, fire pucks on net, go after the rebounds and crash the net. This time, they were just trying to rotate the puck around, which partially you can't blame them because that's what you're supposed to do in a 5-on-3 situation, but got to go with the way the game's trending.
Puck goes up into the net again as the 5-on-3 comes to an end. So now the Blue Hens will be back at full power.
Well, the only downside besides not scoring for the Profs is now you've given this Blue Hens team a lot of confidence. A 5-on-3, you're pretty much supposed to score as an offensive team. It's not easy to kill that, and the Blue Hens, textbook job of doing it right there.
Face-off was at a stalemate initially, but then Blue Hens are able to get the puck out of it. Back into the neutral zone, and it'll go all the way back into the Rowan defensive territory. Big hit against the boards. Working the puck over the middle, but cleared there by Cohen. Cohen gives the puck to Milliken. Milliken trying to find Conlon, but he misses his pass. Then puck is cleared. Blue Hens working it back up. Puck goes into the Profs bench. Face-off in the neutral zone, collected by Delaware, but stolen away. Ramos almost had a clear shot there, but Delaware is able to recollect.
You can see, Derek, the Profs have changed the way that they're attacking. Now they're attacking with 2 instead of 3.
Shot saved by Rink twice there, goes into his glove.
But they're leaving 3 guys back. They realize this is the first time they've had a lead since it was 1-0 back in the first period. They don't want to concede. They know all they have to do with less than 7 minutes left to go in the game is just make sure University of Delaware doesn't score, and the way the Blue Hens have been scoring is on that counterattack. So the Profs trying to eliminate that by only sending 2 guys to charge up forward.
Ramos sends it across to Penrod. It's slightly behind him, but he gets it anyway. Rucci has it, trying to get it through 2 defenders. He spins through the air as he's hit. Penrod loses it now. Blue Hens working the puck up. Penrod clearing it back over the middle, stolen by Ramos. Ramos' shot deflected off of Odgers.
Looks like that hard hit on Rucci may have given him a little bit of a knock as he was slow to get over to the bench.
Profs trying to work it back. Delaware recollecting it once more. Will Tofty bring it up? He sends it along the backboards, where it's collected by Ahern. Ahern's having trouble getting it out. CJ Castorini able to pass it to the other side, but Conlon unable to get it. Shot towards Rink, deflected off of his right pad. Over the middle, lays out, and he was able to save it. Another great play by Rink in this one.
Well, Kyle Rink had to be at his absolute best on that play as the puck deflected off of a stick and rolled right towards the back post. Rink was able to cover it up before the Blue Hens could just poke it over the line. He came up big for the Profs on that one.
Rink has had to lay out like that a couple of times today, where if it wasn't for him being able to cover it up on a play like that, this score would probably be closer to 10-7. Shot here by Penrod, second shot attempt, and he's able to get it in. Penrod, off of the deflection of his own save shot, gives the Profs a bigger lead, 8-6.
Bobby Penrod once again, Derek, and he flew down the left side of the ice, fired in a shot. Not the greatest rebound control from Odgers as it went down in front of him, and Odgers gets caught sitting on his heels. Penrod comes in with the full speed, gets his own rebound, and slots it home.
So we highlighted Penrod in the pregame, as well as both of the Conlons, and now all three of them have 2 goals today.
See if they're going to call offsides or a penalty here.
4:44 left in the third period of action. The Rowan Profs have an 8-6 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. Heading to the box for the Profs is Jared Cohen. So it'll be a power play for the Blue Hens as they look to wipe away this 2-goal lead that the Profs have.
Cohen doesn't look too happy with the call, had his arms out wide saying, "You got to be kidding me." But the Profs are going to have to stand tall, and look at the guys they're sending out. They're sending out a big line to deal with this one. You see Stricken out there, along with Ramos, who's a heavy hitter. In a big moment, Derek, you got to send out the big players, and that's exactly what Rowan's doing right now with head coach Dan DiMonte.
We await play to resume, and it will now. Delaware shot straight into the glove of Rink. Nice wrister by Adrian Rodriguez. Puck goes against the boards and into the possession of the Blue Hens. Shot is deflected off of the stick of Rucci. Now passes behind Rucci, however. He would have had a clear shot at the goal, and he just decides to clear it.
Rucci doing the smart thing, dumping it in and circling back. Profs already up by 2, just don't want to concede. Scoring goals doesn't matter right now.
Set up over the middle, but it's able to be cleared out by Strickon. Collected by Delaware once more, back over the middle. Misses just to the left. Delaware doing a great job of setting up shot possibilities as the puck is worked around the back of the net and cleared. 1 minute, 2 seconds remain in the power play. Timeout called on the ice. This is a good time to just discuss how much offense has come in this game, Mark. We didn't really talk about how much offense there could be because it's hockey. You usually expect like a 3-2 final score, but 8-6, personally for me, it doesn't surprise me. What do you think about the offensive output in this?
Well, not with this Rowan offense. We know how high scoring they can be. They've gotten up to 13 goals against Kutztown just a week or so ago, and this Profs team loves to light the lamp. That's what they've done here today, and I think the biggest part of this Profs game right now is the fact that this is the first time they've really trailed in a game. Maybe they've trailed at one point and it was a goal or so, but this Delaware team is great competition for the Profs, and the fact they're able to be up 8-6 after trailing for a majority of the game. They're winning the third period right now 3-0, being up by 2 goals. If the Profs can grind out this victory, it'll be a huge boost to the confidence and an even bigger win to what could be an amazing season for this team.
And the team already undefeated, trying to get a big win on the road with 3:45 remaining here in this contest. Of course, if they do pull out the win, there's another matchup coming up tomorrow that we'll preview. It's a big weekend for the Profs to show what kind of team they are as Rucci's able to steal the puck and clear it. Odgers collects and gives it away to Marciniak. Blue Hens trying to find an opening here. Marciniak with the pass. Back to Marciniak, shot deflected off of Ramos. Blue Hens working the puck methodically and into the chest of Kyle Rink.
Oh, Kyle Rink doesn't look too worried right now facing these shots. He's taking them to the chest protector, getting in front of everything. Profs doing a good job making sure the shots stay out of the slot. They're keeping the Blue Hen shots along towards the boards and at the blue line. You'll take that all day instead of shots right in front of the net.
This puck cleared once again. Odgers able to help out. 5 seconds remaining in this power play. Profs come back out at full force now. Puck being worked around the neutral zone. And we have a penalty. Penalty is called on Delaware. It's Kyle Sapia who will head to the box.
Delaware had to be frustrated not getting a goal in that power play, and now things are looking awfully grim for the Blue Hens as being down by 2 goals and now giving up a penalty with 2.5 left. They're only leaving about 30 seconds of even strength hockey if the Profs aren't able to score on the power play.
Rucci will line up for the face-off to start off the Profs power play. This puck centered but stolen away by Delaware. It will be cleared. There will be no icing. Conlon trying to steal the puck away, and he'll bring it back up.
Derek, get ready to see more of a 5-on-3 or maybe even a 4-on-3, as even though the Profs are only up by 1 man, the Blue Hens are having one guy rotate around the blue line, almost cherry pick for an outlet pass down the ice.
Conlon has it at the top. Passes behind him, the Penrod. Puck goes over the middle. Odgers deflects it once more. Good focus by Odgers there to keep the 2-goal lead for the Profs. That shot was deflected. Now the Profs trying to get the puck back on the far boards. Squeezes out back to the Blue Hens. Shot deflected in the air. Drops back down to the ice. And Mike Nauman is able to gain possession for the Hens. And now Rucci has it off of the backwards deflection. Conlon shoots and scores after the empty net. That gives them a 3-goal lead. Chris Conlon with the hat trick.
Chris Conlon most likely just sealed this victory for the Profs. Recognized the net was empty. Stood at the blue line, called for the pass. It was wrapped around the boards, and he basically just turned and redirected it towards the net. Fantastic game from both Conlons tonight, and our player we highlighted earlier on, Bobby Penrod, also had one heck of a game as well for the Profs.
1 minute and 8 seconds remain in the third period. Profs take a 3-goal lead. Puck being worked along the near boards and back out to Colin Sulo, who checks in for the first time today. Profs trying to keep the puck on the offensive side so that they can just pass it around. 35 seconds remain. Jared Krasner has it. Passes it back to Alex Ahern. Ahern working it up along the near boards, shoots towards Odgers, who gloves it. .16 seconds left in this one. Face off. Top left corner of your screen. Battle for it against the far boards. Blue Hens are trying to poke it out. Shot is deflected off of Odgers. And the time will run out on this one. Profs heading out to hug rink. This, as you can see, a big win for the Profs on paper, as well as a big win for the Profs in that locker room. Profs celebrating the 9-6 victory over the Blue Hens. And heading into this one, Mark, you and I were very weary of how the Profs would handle it. Very big Delaware team. We heard a lot about how aggressive they are, how big they are, but they're able to come out and beat them by 3 goals.
Especially when they trailed for most of the game. We had talked about it, up 1-0 very early on in the first period, conceded 2 goals very late in the first period to go down 2-1. Spent the entire second period going back and forth, trying to claw their way back, and every time they almost did, it seemed like the Blue Hens were eventually going to pull away. But then scoring a goal late in the second, going into the third period only down 1, this Profs team ignited. They did something in the locker room. Maybe it was a speech, maybe it was one of the captains stepping up and talking, but whatever it was that happened in that second intermission, this Profs team took advantage, figured out what they needed to do, and put up 4 goals in the third period to win by 3.
This is a Blue Hens team. Came into this game 7-1. Their only loss was to Penn State, who they've actually played twice. They beat them the other time they played them. So now the Profs still undefeated. I mentioned a couple minutes ago that they have another big contest tomorrow night, and that's their division rival, Rider University. Mark, are you going to be there to call that game?
I'm going to be there to call that game tomorrow.
Awesome. So give us a little preview of what you're looking to see tomorrow out of the Profs.
Well, what I'm looking to see out of the Profs is hopefully a similar intensity to what we saw today. Now, obviously, this Blue Hens team, very fast, very big. It takes a lot of energy to stick with a team like this, especially the emotional roller coaster this Profs team was on for most of the game until late in the third period. So the thing I'm going to be most interested to see is if the Profs can come out with the same energy after playing a hard-fought game and winning over a hard University of Delaware team. Can they come out and have that same energy, that same drive against Rider University in tomorrow's game Of course, being at home in front of the hometown crowd and inside Hollydale Ice Arena, certainly going to give these boys a jolt, but we're only going to see what will happen. Time will tell and see if the Profs can get it done tomorrow.
Only a preview like that can end a broadcast like this. The Profs are able to get the win on the road. They stay undefeated. 9-6 is your final score for Marc Acchitelli, Christian LeBeau, and Sean Kelly. There are two crew people today. I'm Derek Hill. We'll see you tomorrow night here on RTN Channel 5.